Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
An episode of Gunsmoke starring William Conrad as Marshal Matt Dillon, and an episode originally broadcast November 28th, 1953, and this episode entitled Kick Me.
Around Dodge City and in the territory on west, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of gun smoke.
Gunsmoke, the story of the violence that moved west with young America. The story of a man who moved with it. Matt Dillon, United States Marshal.
How long you figure it'll take us to drive this herd into Dodge after we cross the Cimarron, Larson?
Well, it depends on how hard you want to push him, Brant.
I hired you because I ain't been up here before. How far is it to Dodge?
Oh, 50 mile, maybe.
5 easy days, Ed. I don't want to bring them steers in too poor.
It's the men that's got poor this trip, not the steers.
There's a lot of juice left in the men. Too much, maybe. Look at him.
Oh, it's that old Indian that rode in a while ago. They're just having a little fun with him.
They better take it easy. No telling how many warriors he's got waiting somewhere. Hey, Cotton!
Yeah.
Tell that Indian to come over here. I want to talk to him.
Sure, Brent.
Yeah, he probably just wants a steer out of the herd.
Well, I'm tired of giving good beef away.
You, boss? My name, Tobile.
Tobile, huh? What do you want, Tobile?
I guide cattle on trail to Dodge.
We don't need any guide, Chief. I know the trail.
I have letter from men in Dodge. You read. Letter tell you how good guide Tobile is.
Let's see your letter.
Old-time guide. Many years with Army. Big scout.
Well, why ain't you still with the Army, then?
Too old now. What can guide cattle on trail to Dodge? Very cheap.
Why, you old liar.
Tobile never lie.
No? Listen to this, Larson. To whom it may concern, the name of this noble red man is Tobile. He's a liar, a beggar, and a thief. What he wouldn't steal, a hound pup couldn't pull out of a tan yard. Give him some cold grub or a 3-cent drink if you have any about you, and then run him out of camp. Signed, R. Durbin, J.C. Weiser.
Yeah, they sure wrote him a good letter.
No, letter can't say that. They my friends. They write letter, help me get job.
What'd you try to steal off of them?
Tobile never steal.
No? Well, I'll take the word of a white man any day. Larson, you heard what the letter says. Have the boys run him off.
Wait, letter lie. They fool me. Tobile, man with much honor among white men in army.
This ain't the army. Run him off, I said.
Come on, Chief.
I leave. Alone.
You leave, all right. Now get going.
Yeah. But these men die for this.
If anybody dies, it'll be you. Here he is, boys. Let's send him down the trail.
Why, here comes Miss Kitty.
Ah, so it is. Hello, Kitty.
Hello, Matt. Chester.
Miss Kitty?
You're going to work a little early, aren't you?
No, I'm just getting a breath of air.
Sure is going to be a nice evening, ain't it?
For you, maybe.
Oh, is there anything wrong, Kitty?
Just that trail herd across the river. Dodge will soon be full of drunken cowboys, all looking for trouble.
We'll handle them, Miss Kitty, don't you worry. At least Mr. Dillon will.
Shooting them's easy. I gotta talk to him.
Oh, you can always quit, Kitty.
Sure. Do what? Teach Sunday school?
Well, you might.
You talk like a Texan yourself, Matt. You know what one of them told me once? He said I reminded him of his mother. He really said it.
Well, that sounds nice, Miss Kitty.
I thought so too, Chester. Till he got real drunk and told me his mother was the first woman to be hung south of San Antonio.
She was. Who hung her?
Probably he did.
Oh, now, Miss Kitty, no man would hang his own mama. Why, it just ain't...
Marshal,
Yeah.
we come to warn you.
Oh? Warn me about what, mister?
My name ain't Mister, it's Weiser. Partner's name here is Durbin.
I can tell him my own name, Weiser.
Shut up.
No.
Marshal, that Indian's gonna get himself hurt.
What are you talking about?
That Indian, across the street there. See him?
Oh? Now, that's Tobile.
You know him?
What's the trouble, Weiser?
He keeps following us around. Says he's gonna kill us.
Tobile? That doesn't sound like him.
Well, it's true. 'Tis. You asked him.
He's been haunting us for 4 days. Just stands around staring at us and saying we're gonna die. I'd have shot him long ago, but I hear that's against the law around here.
Where you men from?
Wyoming Territory.
Where'd you know Tobile?
We've been in Dodge a couple of weeks. Seen him around here.
Now, what's the trouble between you?
Well, we played a little joke on him, is all. Made him mad, I guess.
We told him he could get a job guiding trail herds into Dodge. Give him a letter.
Yeah.
He thought the letter said how good he was, but it really said he was a thief and to run him out of camp.
I see. And he tried to use your letter, is that it?
I guess so. Went away for a couple of days, and since he got back, he keeps saying he's going to kill us. It's getting on my nerves, Marshal. I'll shoot him, sure.
You shoot anybody, and you'll hang for it, Weiser. Now, wait here. I'll go talk to him.
I gotta go to work, Matt.
Okay, Kitty. I'll see you later.
And you two heroes. You're pretty funny. I hope he does kill you.
Why, you...
Hold it, Weiser. Watch him, Chester.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Tobile.
Hello, Marshal.
Tobile, those 2 men over there say that you've threatened to kill them. Is that true?
Did I?
They told me the story, Tobile. I'm sorry it happened. But you can't kill men for that.
Tobile old, but still proud.
You know what'll happen if you do kill him, don't you? You'll go to jail and probably hang for it.
No. Tobile never in jail. Man with much honor.
Look, Tobile, I got no use for Weiser and Durbin. Neither one of them could be much good, but the law's the law, and...
Tobile no kill. Tobile's medicine kill. Make very strong medicine against them.
Well, you work all the medicine you want, but don't you do any killing yourself. And stay away from them, Tobile. You're making them jumpy. There might be trouble if you don't.
Tobile not afraid.
They carry guns, Tobile. All you got's a knife. Remember that.
I remember.
All right.
tell him, Marshal?
Yeah.
You men didn't understand him. He's not threatening to kill you himself. He's making Indian medicine against you, that's all.
Well, then why does he keep saying we're going to die? And why is he always following us around?
He thinks his medicine will kill you. I guess he wants to be there when it does. There's no harm in it. And I'm warning you again, both of you. You leave him alone. You do anything to that old man, and I'll throw you in jail.
Look, Marshal, that letter that started all this, that was Weisser's idea, not mine.
It sure was. Any idea we've ever had's been mine.
Oh?
I never did need you, Durbin.
Oh, is that so? Who did your dirty work up to Cheyenne?
You did.
Yeah.
You fool.
I sure did, and you still owe me for it.
Ah, shut up. So you ain't gonna do nothing about that Indian, Marshal?
I know Tobile pretty well, and I'll personally guarantee his word. Nobody's gonna do anything about him, including you. Good day, gentlemen.
Mr. Dillon?
Oh, good morning, Chester.
Good morning. Mr. Dillon, they just carried that fellow Weisser up to docks.
What? Well, what happened to him?
I don't know.
Well, let's go see. Did you see him, Chester?
No, sir, I just saw a couple men coming downstairs, and they said I'd better go get you. That's all they said.
Oh, hello, Matt.
What happened to Weiser, Doc?
Well, for one thing, he's been stabbed, Matt.
Oh? Bad?
Bad enough to kill him. The men who carried him up here said they found him lying in an alley this morning. He's been dead, 3-4 hours, I'd say. And there's something else, Matt. Take a look here.
Why, somebody hit him on top of the head, Doc.
No, they didn't hit him.
He's been scalped, Chester. Indian style.
November 28, 1953, Gunsmoke on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. I still find it amusing that somebody at CBS decided it would be a good deal to have Gunsmoke sponsored by Post cereals. That didn't last long, and they went to more adult products, primarily cigarettes. Okay, November 28, 1953, Gunsmoke on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
It was pretty hard for me to accept the idea that Tobile had murdered and scalped Weiser, but the evidence seemed plain enough. The old Kiowa had been a highly valued Army scout for over 30 years, and then had moved into a little hut at the edge of Dodge when he grew too old for active service. He'd lived quietly, had never given anyone any trouble at all before. But Weiser and Durbin had injured his pride with their so-called joke, and Tobile had evidently reacted in the only way he knew. Now I had to arrest him. Chester and I walked out to his hut, and just as we reached it, Durbin came running up.
We told you, Marshal. Told you that engine was going to kill somebody.
Did you see it happen, Durbin?
No, I went to bed. Weiser, he was doing a little gambling. That dirty redskin, he got him on the way home.
It hasn't been proved he did it.
Well, of course he did it. Who else would scalp a man?
I don't know.
Well, here, look at that here, Marshal. Look, right here. There. Hanging right onto his hut like he was bragging about it.
Well, Mr. Dillon, that's a scalp.
Yeah.
He's drying it in the sun is what he's doing. The murdering devil.
You two stay here. I'll see if he's inside.
Yes, sir.
Come outside, Tobile.
We got you now, Tobile. Let's string him up, Marshal, right here.
Shut up, Durbin. Tobile, did you kill Weiser last night?
Weiser? Killed?
Stabbed with a knife and scalped.
He died. Durbin there, he died too.
You see, Marshal? He even admits
I told you to stay out of this, Durbin. Now tell me straight, Tobile. Did you kill him?
Tobile no kill. Tobile's medicine kill.
And what's Weiser's scalp doing there?
Scalp?
Right there.
Yeah. Weiser's scalp, all right.
Where's your knife, Tobile?
Here, my knife.
Look out, Marshal. He'll use it.
No, he won't. Give me your knife, Tobile.
Yeah.
That looks clean to me.
Wait a minute. Well, of course, he's had plenty of time to get it clean.
You think I kill Weiser with knife?
Did you?
Medicine kill Weiser. Tobile no kill.
Well, Tobile, I'm going to have to arrest you. You'll have to go to jail.
Jail? No. Tobile man with too much honor for jail.
I'm sorry, Tobile, but you'll get a trial.
Well, let's hang him now, Marshal. Indians don't need no trial.
I'm the law here, Durbin, and don't you start anything like that.
Big disgrace. Tobile in jail.
Yeah, I know, but I can't help it. Chester, get that scalp. We'll need it for evidence.
Yes, sir.
Ready to go to supper, Matt?
Yeah, I'll be right with you, Doc. Chester, you better stay here and watch Tobile, huh?
All right, Mr. Dillon.
You can go eat when I get back. I'll see you later.
Yes, sir.
And I hear Tobile's pretty unhappy about being locked up, Matt.
Yeah, I had a long talk with him, Doc. I'm afraid he's going to be locked up for a long time.
Oh? Why's that, Matt?
Well, no judge will hang him on circumstantial evidence, but he'll probably go to prison. He hasn't any kind of an alibi, Doc. None at all.
And if I know Tobile, he'd rather hang than be in prison.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right.
What's that?
It came from the jail. Come on.
Mr. Dillon?
What happened, Chester?
Somebody shot Tobile right through the bars.
Is he dead?
He sure looked it.
Let me take a look at it.
All right, Doc. Get out the front, Chester, and come up the alley. Yell if you see anybody. I'll cover the back.
Yes, sir. Mr. Dillon?
All right, I'm coming, Chester. What is it?
I saw Durbin.
Oh?
He ran out of the next alley and went into the Alphaganza there.
All right, let's go get him.
It must have been him that done it.
Sure looks like it.
There he is, over at the bar.
Get out of the way, Chester.
Yes, sir.
Durbin! You're under arrest, Durbin. Unbuckle your gun belt and drop it on the floor.
What for, Marshal?
For shooting Tobile.
I seen Chester standing there when I come out the alley. Should have shot him, too.
Never mind the talk. Drop your gun.
No.
Shooting Tobile was a bad enough mistake, Durbin.
You finding out I did it was. See, I figured Tobile must have saw me get Weiser, and at the trial he'd have started talking.
No. He was home alone making medicine against you. He had no alibi at all.
And the conclusion of Gunsmoke, November 28, 1953, when Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues following these messages. Now the conclusion of Gunsmoke on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, Kick Me, from November 28, 1953.
Shooting Tobile was a bad enough mistake, Durbin.
You finding out I did it was. See, I figured Tobile must have saw me get Weiser, and at the trial he'd have started talking.
No. He was home alone making medicine against you. He had no alibi at all.
Then I killed him for nothing?
If you hadn't killed him, he'd have probably been convicted. You'd have gone free.
Look, Marshal, you can't prove that I killed Weiser.
No.
Well, then I ain't gonna hang for shooting no Injun, not me.
Don't try it, Durbin.
Why not?
You hit him both times, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah.
Want me to take care of him?
No. Somebody else can do it. Let's you and me go give Tobile a real fine burying, huh? I figure we kind of owe it to him.
Gunsmoke, under the direction of Norman MacDonald, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. Tonight's story was specially written for Gunsmoke by John Meston, with music composed and conducted by Rex Corey. Featured in the cast were Lawrence Dobkin, Ralph Moody, Byron Kane, Frank Gerstle, and Harry Bartell. Harley Bear is Chester, Howard McNear is Doc, and Georgia Ellis is Kitty. Ken Peters speaking.
Gunsmoke ran on radio from 1952 to 1961, and it had a real solid run. Television series ran from 1955 to 1975 and still runs some places today on some of the rerun channels, like and I don't remember exactly who might be running it now. Might be Antenna TV. There are a number of them out there. Me TV and some of the others, and Decades. So check them out if you enjoy that. I quite frankly enjoy the radio show much better than the television program. Los Angeles Times called it the dramatization of the American epic legend of the West, our own Iliad and Odyssey, created from standard elements of the dime novel and the pulp western as romanticized by Ned Buntline, Bret Harte, and Mark Twain. It was ever the stuff of legend. And when I listen to these old Gunsmoke episodes, they are, in fact, legendary. Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll take off with Captain Midnight, but first, these important messages. People have asked us through our webpage, classicradio.stream, or through our social media accounts on Facebook and Twitter, and you can see both of those at classicradio.stream. They've asked why we don't have, why Skelly is the sponsor of these shows and not Ovaltine. Well, a lot of people don't know that the early days of Captain Midnight, the sponsorship was Skelly Oil. And in 1940, Ovaltine took over sponsorship, continuing to the conclusion of the show on Mutual, and the Mutual and NBC Blue, the secondary network, which became ABC, but mostly was on Mutual. And that continued until 1949. So with that little bit of sponsorship information here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, let's get to this episode of Captain Midnight, as it was originally broadcast on November 28th, 1939.
The Skelly Oil Company presents Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight, brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, at the same time, by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly jobbers and dealers. Say, fellas and girls, have you ever had a fair weather friend? You know, somebody that was glad to be a friend of yours when things were going good, but left you high and dry the minute things began to look tough, or when there was a little real work to be done? Well, we don't think much of these fair weather friends, do we? Friends who change whenever luck is against us. But all of us like to have friends we know are true, all-weather friends. Now, that's a good thing to remember when you're choosing a motor oil for the family car. You see, some motor oils may be all right when the temperature is just so, but when the weather gets cold, they thicken too much. Or when the car gets all warmed up, they thin out too much. Now, that's why I want to tell you about Uniflow motor oil. Uniflow is sold in sealed cans at all Skelly service stations. It's spelled U-N-I-F-L-O. Uniflow motor oil changes less when the temperature changes than any other oil. It thins less when it's heated and thickens less when it's cooled. Now, what does that mean to your dad and your family car? Well, it means faster starts on winter mornings, less wear on your battery. It means fewer damaging dry starts, because Uniflow flows instantly to all parts of the motor, even when it's stone cold. It means safer lubrication when the motor is hot, less oil going up in smoke, because Uniflow keeps a good body even at scorching temperatures. Economy, money saved on your family car this winter. So tell Dad all about Uniflow motor oil, the true all-weather friend for your car. Explain how Uniflow gives protecting lubrication at all temperatures. And yet, it actually costs no more than other premium-grade oils. Tell Dad to ask for Uniflow at your Skelly service station tonight. And now to Captain Midnight. As Chuck escaped with Dolores Pareda in one of Shark's black planes, his engine was crippled during an aerial attack by Gardo, Shark's chief pilot. Forced to make a sudden landing, Chuck heads for a small clearing near the Aztec Temple at the edge of the waterfalls. As he starts for this forced landing, which seems to mean an unavoidable and perhaps fatal crack-up, our scene changes to the plane being flown by Gardo. He is accompanied in the rear cockpit by Barker, a crack shot who manned the machine gun which shot Chuck's plane down. Listen as Gardo says to Barker.
That got him, Barker. He's all washed up now. Yeah, that fixed him. He won't bother us no more, Gardo. What happened to that Pareda girl? I guess one of our bullets must have nicked her. She flopped down the rear seat. Yeah, this sure tickles me. Look at that kid. Hey, his prop's swollen up. Pretty soon it'll quit. Come on, let's polish him off and then go home. Don't let's be in any hurry. And anyway, what's the use of wasting any bullets? Well, the chief ain't gonna like it if we slip up. Well, we ain't gonna slip up. And besides, how could this Kid Ramsey get out of this one? Yeah, you got me. Dive down a little. Let's take a look. Okay, here we go. Hey, look at that punk kid. He don't know what to do. He knows what to do, all right, but there just ain't anything to do. He's sure given the ground the once over. Yeah, look at it. A rocky mountain to the south with a waterfall. And everywhere else, nothing but jungle. Hey, what's that place down below us? Looks like some kind of an old building. Yeah, that's an old Aztec temple. The chief's kind of interested in that. This kid must be interested in it, too, judging the way he's looking at it. Yeah. The only open spot below us is that courtyard in front of the temple. That's why he's looking at it. Maybe he can land there. Ah, you're crazy. No pilot's gonna land there and get away with it. Looks like there's only one way to come into it. Yeah. You gotta go straight in toward the waterfall. You might get your wheels down for a second, and the next one you'll be in that pool with all the water coming down on top of you. Hey, look at him. That's where he's headed. Well, he's crazier than I thought he was. Maybe we better dive down and get him before he lands. No, not me. I'm gonna stick up here and watch the fun. I got a few scores to settle with that kid Ramsey myself. So I'm gonna sit up here and laugh while he's kicking the bucket. Well, you better level off, then. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. That's the stuff. Circle around while we watch the fun. Yeah. Hey, there he goes. He's making for that courtyard, all right. He can have a swell crack up there. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job of getting there. Yeah, he's doing the best he can, but that ain't gonna be good enough. He'll bust up in a million pieces any second now. Hey, he's almost in. Look at him. Yeah, but look how fast he's going. He may get those wheels down, but he ain't gonna be able to stop in time. Hey, it looks like he is stopping. Yeah, but you just watch. That ship's gonna fall over that cliff into that pool of water, and there won't be enough of them left to pull out with a rake. Well, he's better off with one of our bullets in him. Hey, look. What's he doing now? Why, he chapped on the brakes. The nose is going down. He's all washed up. It's down all right. The ship's going to fall into the water. Hey, what's the matter with that thing? Why don't it fall in? It ain't going to fall in. It's settled back again. Look, the kid's standing up in that front cockpit. He's climbing out. Well, I wouldn't have believed it possible. Quick, Gardo. Look over there. Whereabouts? On the mountainside, next to the falls. There's some people. They're running down to help the kid. Get that gun ready, Parker. I'm tired of fooling around. We're diving down. We're gonna polish them all off right now.
Our scene now changes to Patsy, Pebbles, Pinky, and Slim, who have been watching the proceedings from a vantage point near the Aztec temple. When they see Chuck try to land in the small clearing, they rush to his help. Listen.
Hurry! Come on!
Take them long legs of yours, Slim. I'm away out in front of you.
Oh, quick! The plane in the sky, it dives down. Hey, Chuck! Chuck! Hey, Patsy! Patsy!
We're coming, Chuck. We're coming to help you. Quick, Chuck. Get out of there before that plane falls over.
I've got a passenger, Slim. She's in the rear cockpit. Be careful, Chuck. The ship's balanced on the edge.
Pinky, Slim, get on the tail of the ship and hold it down. Okay, Chuck. Come on, Slim.
Here, Pebbles. Grab this girl as I pull her out. A girl, Chuck? Who is it? Merciful Dios. It is Dolores.
Yes, it's Dolores Pareda. There now, Pebbles. Grab her.
Quick, Chuck. Quick, Pebbles. That plane in the air. It's getting closer.
There. That's the stuff, Pebbles. Now she's out. Okay, Pinky. All right, Slim. Let the tail go. Come here and help. Okay, Chuck. We're coming.
Hurry, Chuck. Hurry, Pebbles. Follow me.
There now. I got her feet. I'll take one shoulder, Slim, and you take the other.
Oh, quick, mi amigos, quick. The plane, it comes closer. This way, Chuck. There's a wall and a door.
Hurry, Chuck. Hurry, Slim. We gotta run for it.
Run faster. Run faster.
Come on, Pinky. You ain't running a bit. We're pulling you along, too. That's the trouble. A few more steps, and we'll make it.
Here, through this door. Oh, hurry. Hurry. Oh, he's on us, amigos. Quick. Be quick.
Now, get inside. Quick, get behind the wall. They're shooting at us.
Oh, Dolores, in farther.
There. How's that? She's okay now. Where's that plane going?
I'm watching, mi amigo. He zooms up in the air. I will tell you what he does.
Oh, galloping ghost. That was a closing. I thought that pilot was going to get us cold.
Do you think we're safe here, Chuck?
Yeah, I think so. There's a roof over the place, and the walls are of stone. Well, how about that pilot, Chuck? What'll he do? I don't know, Pinky. What's he doing, Pebbles?
He flies up high in the air. He does not turn. Which way is he going, Pebbles? He goes to the north.
He's flying back to the hacienda. That's just what he's doing. He sees there isn't any use to shoot at us now.
Are you sure he ain't going to try to land here?
No, Pinky. I don't think so. Not after he watched me.
Oh, Chuck, it was perfectly wonderful. It was the most marvelous landing I ever saw.
Oh, I don't know. You've seen Red make something better than that.
Oh, I do not see how you could possibly do it.
I almost didn't, Pebbles. But tell us, where's that ship?
Well, I do not see him now.
Just the same, he may not have gone away. You'd better keep a close watch.
Oh, see me, amigos, that I will do.
Gosh, all hemlock, Chuck. What have you and Captain Midnight been doing? And where's Senor Parada?
Oh, it ain't Senor Parada. It's Senor Parida.
All right, you two. I'll tell you all about it later.
Yeah? Well, if you'd have rolled another foot, you'd have been over the cliff.
Look, I think Dolores has opened her eyes.
That's what I thought, too.
Oh, gee. I wish we had some water.
Oh, I will get some water. I will dip my handkerchief in the pool.
Can you see that plane?
No. Oh, no, the plane has disappeared.
Okay, Pebbles. Now listen. You won't be able to get down to the pool where the ship is. But at the other end of the courtyard, there's a more gradual descent.
Oh, see me, amigo. I know where you mean. I will be back very soon.
Oh, gee. How's Dolores now?
I thought she was coming too, but I guess not.
Yeah, she closed her eyes again.
Oh, poor kid. She's been through an awful lot.
Yeah, she don't look like she's had no sleep for a couple of weeks at least.
Well, I guess she hasn't had any too much. She's been kept a prisoner at the hacienda.
She probably needs rest more than anything else.
She'll come around all right.
But gee, Chuck, where's Red and Senor Parada?
Red and Senor Parada are back at the hacienda.
What? Jumping gee horse of there, Chuck. You don't mean that Ivan Shark got them?
No, Slim. I don't mean that. Oh, we had a terrible time. We went through the outside entrance of an underground passage, and we found Dolores in an underground room there. Shark was upstairs in the hacienda. And when Red and I went up there, Shark and some of his men were in there waiting for us.
Jump in, Jerusalem. What happened next?
Well, Red played a trick on him. He threw his voice farther and farther into the room, just as though he was talking to me.
Well, what do you know about that?
So after Shark thought we were well into the room, he put the lights on.
And all the time you hadn't really stepped into the room yet?
That's right. So then Red closed the secret door, and we got Dolores and Senor Parada.
But gee, Chuck, how did you get away?
Well, Red figured what Ivan Shark would do. He figured that Shark would go to the outside entrance of the underground passageway to head us off. And that's just what he did.
Didn't he leave a guard there in the library?
Sure he did. But who do you think it was?
Gosh, we don't know.
You'd never guess. It was that pilot we pulled out of the wrecked plane.
Jump in, Jerusalem.
What do you know about that?
The fella that never told.
Yeah, that's it all right. And he let us through. And that's how we got outside to the plains. But
listen. I hear. It sounds like a plane.
You're right, Patsy. It is a plane. It's a black one. And Pebbles is out there in plain sight. He might get killed. Hey, Pebbles!
Well, has the pilot Gardo returned to carry out his threat? And what has happened to Captain Midnight and Senor Parada? Don't forget, the Parada treasure is hidden somewhere in the old Aztec temple which shelters Chuck and his friends. Don't miss the exploration of the old temple in coming adventures. Tune in tomorrow to Captain Midnight. Now, don't forget what I told you about Fairweather Friends and all-weather motor oil. Yes, the oil that sticks by your family car through thick and thin is the oil you want your dad to use. Isn't that right? Well, then, you just remember to tell him about Uniflow motor oil. Uniflow is spelled U-N-I-F-L-O. Uniflow motor oil is sold at all Skelly service stations. Tell Dad why so many thousands of motorists are using Uniflow, because it thins out less when hot and thickens less when cold than any other oil. That means all-weather protection for your family car. Easy starting on cold mornings. Safe lubrication on long drives. The chances are Dad already knows about Skelly Tagoline motor oil and how it will stand the abuse of winter driving. Now tell him to try Skelly's sensationally popular premium motor oil, Uniflow, at your Skelly service station. Now, don't forget to tune in again tomorrow, same time, same station, for further transcribed adventures of Captain Midnight. Brought to you by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. Can Ivan Shark trap Captain Midnight and his friends in the ancient Aztec temple? Or can Chuck get help in time? What will happen next? Be sure to listen tomorrow. Until then, this is Don Gordon, your Skelly man, saying goodbye and happy landing!
November 28th, 1939, Captain Midnight here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. By the way, thanks to the courtesy of some of you who have been really nice to us, like John McDonald, who used the Buy Me a Coffee function to send us a little bit of cash, we are going to purchase some additional episodes of Captain Midnight, and that's all in the mills, thanks to you. Our webpage, classicradio.stream, where you can stream our shows, learn more about building a classic radio collection of your own, and you can contact us there as well. Classicradio.stream, and you can also buy me a coffee. Our friend Ted at radiomemories.com is sending us a whole bunch of remastered episodes of Lum and Abner, and we'll have those on for you here in coming days. Ted's at radiomemories.com. Check him out, won't you please? Thank this station, support their advertisers, tell your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.